I wanted to show you the Sta-Wet palette, which is one of my favorite things I ever invented. This is Masterson. This is my favorite. I mean, there are other ones out there, but I like this one the best for a variety of reasons. The main reason being, it's easy to use. It keeps the paints when you lay out a palette, and I usually use as many as 4 palettes. I use every color made, really. And so when I lay out a palette, it takes me sometimes an hour to do it. And then, of course, you're mixing colors, and you want to keep those. So it's really annoying when your paints dry up. And if you use this palette correctly, you can keep your paints for 2, even 3 weeks at a time without them going bad, which is amazing. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like and talk a little bit about it. This is what the palette looks like. You can use it for watercolors. You can use the top for mixing. I'm not doing watercolors, so I don't usually use that part. But it is good for that. It's got instructions. Read them. It's not hard to use, but it is good. Now, this palette has a sponge that fits into the middle, and it's got the paper. There is one size up of the sponge and the paper, which I actually prefer. This is a little bit better for watercolors, but this is to fit inside. I get a bigger sponge and get it all the way out to the edge, but this works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So what you do is you get the sponge wet in cool water, get it thoroughly wet, and then just don't wring it out. Just sort of squish it so that it's squeezing out the water, so that it's not dripping, but it's still pretty wet. Lay it down in here. You get a piece of paper. You get hot water, as hot as you can do it. You put it in to soak, and you soak it for, I think, about a minute. Read the instructions, because I'm just telling you how I do it. And then after you've soaked it, you take it out. I usually wipe off the excess water, and then you just start laying your paints on it. And like I said, it'll last a really long time.